Hey y'all, APG Jamie here, and today we're doing one of those same 6 Wednesday. Any hoodles. Just to give you the premise, in case you've not seen any of these before, there are 6 of us who got together and we have shared 6 of the same items with all the 5 others and kept one for ourselves, of course. And then we're taking those items, excuse me, y'all, and we have to use at least 3 out of the 6, but of course the more the better. And we're to make a journal page, tag, whatever kind of project using the items. Same 6 Wednesdays, because we're going, our videos are going up on the 3rd Wednesday of each month. And I'm number 4. Excuse me, y'all. So I chose some unusual things. Tea being my first thing, because, you know, I thought you can drink it, you can stain paper, you can use the tea bag, you can use the tea leaves, you can use the tea pouch, you can use the tea tag, you can use the string. I mean, you know, for one item that has options. And then I included a food can tab, you know, just a little pull tab off a can of food, because, you know, because it was weird. Y'all know I like that kind of thing sometimes. And a piece of border punch and a white feather. So we have tea bag, border punch, white feather, pull tab. Now I'm lost. Tea bag, border punch, white feather, pull tab, a quote. What was my other thing? Oh, I don't know. I just lost it altogether. Wait a minute, y'all. And the photograph picture is not really a photograph picture. It's from a piece of 7 Gypsies scrapbook paper, and I just cut it out of the one, yeah. So there we go. Couldn't even remember what I sent, y'all. Bless my heart. So there are 6 of us, and let's see who we got. They're in no particular order. We've got Tanya McGuire, Lisa, My Eclectic Life, Jean Peter, Artist, Barbara Clark, and Maria's Miscellany, and of course me, APG Jamie. And so I'm going over the photograph picture paper thing with matte medium. Okay, y'all saw I had used the tea drinking a cup, and I used the tea to excuse me, kind of stain some of that stuff that I just gathered around. I'm like, well, I need more stuff. So I just got up from my little desk and just walked around and just flopped stuff over there on the desk. Okay. So now I'm using some colored pencils. Went over with the matte medium. That's all nice and dried, and I probably used a heat gun. And I want to color in some of her features and stuff like that, because I wanted to. Sometimes I like to, you know, draw things out. You know, so I'm colorizing her. You don't have to. I can't wait to see what everybody else does with this, because I've not watched any of their videos. I'm excited. Oh, check the description box below. Click on the phrase "Show More" to see more, and you will see links to all the other people in this wonderful, fun, same 6 Wednesday event that we're doing every month for the next, I don't know how many more months we got left. I'm number 4, so that should be there to be 2 more. Actually, I'll have 3 more, because my final one will be where I'm putting a journal together. You won't want to miss that one either. So be sure to go over to these other folks and see what they did with the same 6 stuff, or at least 3. And there'll be links in the description. I know I said that. I'm just a repeaty today. Repeaty. I'm going over the top of my pencil with matte medium, because I'm kind of blending it in with the matte medium. You can do that sometimes with some pencils. test yours before you do a real project, all right? So, visit all these folks, give them a thumbs up, leave a nice, kind comment. If you've not subscribed to them, go ahead and subscribe to them because I know you're going to like them. Okay? I just know it. I just know it. And I'm excited to be part of this collaboration. I'm excited to see what, I know I said it again, it's a repeat day. I can't wait to see what they did with the stuff I sent. So, I'm working on what is that? 160-pound watercolor paper. Repeat some more. Watercolor paper. I believe it's Fabrica, or it could be another brand. I get these big old giant sheets, that's like bigger, or at least bigger than a poster board, y'all. And I get them from my friend Shirley Blevins. I love you, Shirley. And so anyway, because she buys them by the case, because she's a watercolorist and she is good. I'm just a twinkler, y'all. I just play with the watercolors. Look how cute she came out. And so I get these big sheets from her, and then I tear them down and do whatever. So I'm making a journal for this. Everybody's getting their own little page and junk like that. So after all 6 of us get done, I will make a journal for a video number 7, because I'm just that way. I don't know if anybody else is going to do that. They might. Maybe they'll offer a flip through. Things are going well so far. Y'all, I'm so proud. Sometimes I remember to ink around junk, and sometimes I don't. Y'all know that about me. If not, now you do. So I'm using some of my favorite archival, and I like archival because it doesn't move, which kind of tells you why I'm not a big watercolorist fan of doing water. I do play with them. I love looking at them and all that junk, but I like my medium to stay put. I just do, y'all, and it's the truth. So at this time, I'm still not quite knowing what I want to do. Okay? I know. So I'm kind of doing stuff to stall for time, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes you need to wait for your muse to show up. You got to be at work, because if you're not at work, your muse is not going to show up. I can promise you that. So I took the little paper tag off the string, and I thought, well, what am I going to do with that? I don't know. We could make a tag out of that, put it on the string. Okay, well, let's piddle part with these little charms that I grabbed up. Sorry about the autofocus coming in on y'all. I totally didn't even turn it off for the entire show. All right? It's just my MO. So, pulling out some jump rings. Got to get some little tools over there because I obviously didn't get them beforehand. I end up not using that clock face at all. I thought I would, because it kind of goes with the quote, which dadgummit, can't remember what the quote says. I'm going to have to pause this voiceover and go find that quote. No, I don't have to pause it. I have it in a file somewhere, don't I? I should have it in a file somewhere. But where? Just keep watching me while I gather stuff from the computer so I can look at what the quote is. I sent, all these 6 items went out to everybody. So, now, this is a quote I printed out, and I printed it, the same quote, in 2 separate sizes, because I don't know what size people might need, and I wanted to give them the option. They don't have to use both of them, but they can if they want to. So, the quote is by Abraham Maslow, okay? In any given moment, we have 2 options: to step forward into growth, or to step back into safety. I know! Isn't that wonderful? So anyway, I decided this girl, whatever her name is, because I hadn't named her, Betty. Okay, it's Betty with an E, not a Y. B-E-T-T-E. Bet. Or just Bet. It's Betty. And so she won or was awarded this medal. You know how the Army men guys wear their medals and junk like that? Well, she was awarded a medal because she's stepping forward. That's it right there. So on the little charms, we've got a couple of clock hands and a little miniature pocket watch. And I think I put a butterfly wing on there because, you know, she's got her wings, she's flying and junk like that. And this pull tab off of food, y'all. Food can. I don't know what kind of food. Could probably soup. Probably soup can, y'all. I kind of like that they put the pull tabs on the food cans now, because you don't necessarily always have to have a can opener, and that can be kind of convenient. Unless you can't open pull tabs, then I guess you can still use a can opener. Just saying. So I got real impatient, and my stuff wasn't drying, and I just was impatient. So here you go, y'all. Just some of the stuff. And I think I get a piece of plain white cardstock so you can see that it actually did stain this. The tea comes out in a reddy maroon color. It's real pretty. And but it stained the cardstock in blue, and it put some pinkish colors on that deli wrap paper, y'all. And I tore it in strips because I thought, you know what, we're just going to put stripes on our page. We're just going to put strips on there. And I decided, well, let's get the tear ruler, and we're going to tear a rough edge on this stuff. Just because I'm thinking I'm just going to lay it out on that paper, on my page, which you'll see eventually. I don't know. We'll get there. This video is forever long. Just forever long. No, not really. It's what, like 3,500 minutes or something. I don't know. I don't know how long it is, y'all. 30-ish minutes-ish, maybe 20. I don't know. I know. Repeat. So I'm going to use this Aleene's Fast Grab, and I've got a 1.5 inch on my page there, because that's going to be my bound edge. Y'all see. Y'all will see. And because I'm using different thicknesses and different types of paper. One was a scrapbook paper, and one's a piece of that brown was a piece of cardstock, and this is a piece of that cardstock, plain white cardstock that we dyed with the tea. We drank a cup of tea. It probably would have been better if I'd have just used a whole tea bag just for the stain, but you know, I wanted to drink it because I like it. I like this kind of tea, y'all. Just saying. So we're making sure we're flipping our page over, and it's like, where's our other paper? And yeah, we'll use that one. And I'm real happy with it, y'all. I'm so happy. Y'all saw the thumbnail. I think you're happy too. I'm happy. More glue. Now remember, we are gluing onto heavy watercolor paper. Now sometimes it's beneficial to spritz to dampen the watercolor paper, dampen it, not wet it, but just with you know, but I didn't do that. I was just using this heavy glue, and it stuck just fine. Now I did notice about this particular glue, y'all, that it dries kind of shiny. Yeah. So I had to coat the whole thing in matte medium when before I stuck other stuff down. I don't think I filmed that part, but I did, because I'm like, I don't like it shiny. Because I just didn't care for it shiny. Sometimes shiny stuff will tend to stick. Now on that particular one, the edge was kind of sticking out, because remember, we used a tear ruler. So anyway, here you go, y'all. Oh yeah, here's a matte medium. Oh, I'm going to stick down because I didn't like that totally white edge. Well, it's blue, but I'm like, no, I don't like that. So we're going to put some other stuff over there and kind of send that to the background a little bit. So yeah, I forgot about that. And matte medium, deli wrap. I'm happy. Did I say that? Well, it's just a repeat kind of day, so there we go. This was such a fun collaboration. Tanya McGuire is the thinker-upper of this one. So we have her to give our thanks to. and I decided I'm going to make a pocket because y'all know I love the pockets. I thought, well, that piece of paper is just a little too flimsy to make a pocket out of, so let's put it on this here piece of scrap cardstock we have laying over here. So we're going to matte medium the back of that. I'm like, oh, put some matte medium over here, and then we'll make the two get married. And it's my glue book. It's a glue book I glue on, not a book I glue in. Smooshing that around, sticking her down, and we'll go over the top of her. And my pencil won't move because, as you know, we sealed it up with the matte medium after we drew on it. Because sometimes matte medium will make pencil smoosh. It can, a little bit. So I thought, well, let's just go ahead and use this tea bag. I almost wished I'd have left it fluffy and not totally glued the whole thing down, but you know, there you go. It's fine. I like it. I like it. Yep, okay, that's what we'll do. And then I flipped that one over, and it's like, it's okay, it's all good. Matte medium. This is where I'm like matte medium the whole back. I'm pretty sure I went over the whole thing. There we go. Yep. It's interesting. What I really wanted to do, because I used that stencil for the tea dye, and it worked, but you couldn't tell it because it was too light, because I didn't have my tea strong enough and I didn't let it soak long enough, and blah 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 ad nauseum. And I really kind of thought I would go over it with a modeling paste of some sort, some kind of textury paste of some sort, but sometimes people forget where they're going and they just go where they end up. You can quote me on that. And I'm like, oh, I love that torn notebook border edge. I don't use it near enough, but I like it. So I want to kind of wrap it around that picture. Because remember, we got a medal. You know, we've got our medal badge there that Betty won. And I had to go get a brad because I'm like, I need a brad because I don't want to try to glue this metal stuff down. Now this is going to make my journal page, it's going to cause some gap in there for my binding method, but I've already worked that out. Okay, because I'm not a real big 3D person, but I do sometimes do that. You need to allow for expansion in your journals sometimes, which is probably another reason why I like to work on the flat. We're using some of that seam binding, and it did get colorized a wee bit, not a lot, but whatever. Whatever. I did like that tea though. It is one I do keep in the house. It's by a local Texas store, HEB grocery store, their brand. I like it. And gluing that on, holding it for a minute, trying to wrinkle up that part of the seam binding because it's not wrinkling the way I want it. Let's glue that down. And I did put a little piece of reinforcement cardstock behind there, just as a little reinforcement. Just like I said, reinforcement, repeat. So we got it stuck down, and I'm going to glue pieces of the seam binding sort of where I want them, so that's kind of wrinkledy and not really in the way. Ta-da! Remember, she's going to be a pocket. Something like that, sort of. Yep. Yes, I wanted her crooked because it makes me happy. She's got a crooked little smile. I like that. One of my daughters has a little crooked smile. Not like this, but it's a little crooked. It annoys her, but I think it's adorable. Yep, that's going to be big enough. We're going to turn that into a little tagette thing that we're going to put the quote on, because I want to use the quote because I want to. That's what she got the badge for, because she's, moving ahead. And portions of the video have been sped up for your viewing and my voiceover ease. And I almost forgot about that feather till I pulled the quote out and it popped out too, and I'm like, oh yeah, the feather. I want to use the feather. So, because I want to, you know, try to use all the stuff that the other girls send. I don't know. We'll have to see how it unfolds, won't we? Inking that up because it needs some ink, and I like it, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use it. You're going to see I'm going to get my corner round. I'm going to glue that on there, and I'm going to get my corner rounder out, and then I'm like, well, I can't round them corners. Not now. It's all glued up. There you go. Art glitter glue to the rescue. Sorry about clearing my throat, y'all. Sometimes I get allergies for no apparent reason. Dust in the air, you know, dust bunnies. Look at that feather. It's a big feather. You can actually, you know, I'm going to end up cutting it, but you could actually trim it down and do all. There's just options, y'all. Options, because I thought that pull tab could be like a little closure doohickey. And it is a small journal page. We'll talk more about that when we go to make that. So I'm like, I want it in, I want it tucked out, so I'm like, nope, not using it. I wanted it kind of tucked in and out on the feather. So it's like, okay, here's the corner rounder, and it's like, oh, what? Oh, darn it, y'all. Gracious me. Didn't ink first, and I got to ink now. Didn't get the brown on there, but you know, whatever. It's all good. So, I don't think I really cut out anything. Did I cut out it? I think I just tried to speed everything up. I know a lot of people do like seeing everything. So, smooshing the glue around. Okay. Smooshing that all down. Let's make it get married with our roller. Make it get married. I'm going to set all that aside for a minute. We're going to trim our words out. And this is one of my favorite fonts from Duh Font. Not that I'm necessarily promoting Duh Font, but I like them. I like fonts. And it's called, the name is terrible, but I love the font, just saying. It's called Bleeding Cowboys. Just, you know, yeah, and there we have it. So trimming it all down, and we're going to ink around it, y'all. So pleased I thought to ink around all this stuff. I don't know who is calling me and texting me and all that. I got things to do, y'all. I'd like to finish this voiceover. It's just repeated. Oh, we're getting there, y'all. Only 20 more minutes to go. It's not 20 minutes. Gracious me. I'm like, yep, we're going to do that. So see, the quotes on there is just on the little tagette that's inside the little pocket. What are they doing, y'all? What is going on? Somebody must be sending me pictures. Yeah, I think it's pictures, because, you know, they send them pictures and it's like one right after the other. So there we go. We got our quote on there. Now she's going to be a pocket. It's like, shut up, phone. Goodness gracious, you're interrupting our voiceover here. So, you know, you want to just glue 3 sides because you get the pocket. So you got to leave at least one side open. I'm like, there we go. And then that's going to, the feather. Forget the feather. Don't forget the feather. You really wanted the feather because, you know, it's fun. I like feathers. There we go. White for purity. Angelic, even. So I kind of got it tucked under there, and there we go. Using my little pokey tool to kind of line those, smoosh them all out, smoosh it down, shape it up. Oh, let's ink around it. Okay, let's go ahead and ink around it. For some reason, I felt like this one needed to be inked around. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But you already know that because I already told y'all that about myself. So we got our brown on there, and this is a double edging system I learned from Rach. And I try to give her credit when I think about it. And I may not always think about it, but there we go. You put, you know, a color on there, coordinating, corresponding, whatever. And then you line it in the black, and it's just like special. I'm brushing some whatever fuzz out of the feather and brushing the feather out. And I did glue the little piece that I clipped off. I did glue it on as well. I don't think I filmed that part. And I thought, well, that little clock arm thing is getting lost. So I got out a Bic marker. And these are alcohol markers. They're made by Bic, not Sharpie. So there you go. Same difference. And I thought, well, we're just going to cover it up. And we're going to put a little of this turquoisey color in there to bring in her shirt collar and the design on her tie that I penciled in that you can't hardly see under the feather, but that's all right. It's the details. It makes you look closer. And I was blowing on it just to make it dry just a little bit. Oh, y'all, so stinking happy. Now you can see it more better because it was getting lost in there, y'all. And I like all different colors of metal, so ta-da! Photo montage. Don't forget to visit the other 5 people in the same 6 Wednesday event, which takes place on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. Leave kind comments, thumbs up, share the videos, y'all, and be sure to subscribe if you've not already subscribed. Click on the bell for notifications of new videos and live shows. And remember, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.